Hey, 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 hey. How is everybody? I am here, Cusper Tribe. I'm back. So here's what I figured. Happy New Year, first of all. What I want to express to you is I did some thinking and I put out some feelers about doing straight signs, kind of trying to get back to some straight signs, trying to keep up with cusp readings, given that I try to only do mostly monthlies and then the occasional surprises. And I just feel like I really want to contribute to the cusp community. Maybe it's because I've been away from doing regular straight sign readings for so long. People don't expect that from me. But when I put up the straight signs lately, I don't get as many I don't get as many clicks, I don't get as many reads, and I really just feel the energy drawing me to just doing more cusp readings. So I'm here for you, and I want to wish you a happy new year, and I'm going to kick off this January reading set with 3 signs of video, so we'll take breaks. So right now I'm going to start with Cancer Leo and then move into Leo-Virgo and then go into Virgo-Libra. And I just want to start by thanking you for being here. Thank you for being my loyal cusp following. And I will start with some oracles for the reading and then kick into a bit of what your person is going through, thinking about you, etc. Okay, so I'm going to get guided by some of the oracles. Regret is the first one. Again, this is for Cancer Leo. Thank you, Kimberly. That's very kind of you to say. Appreciate the feedback. Hard to be in lonely tarot reader world sometimes without enough feedback to kind of like validate what you're doing. Peace. And the last oracle to set us up for Cancer Leo for this period, January 2021. I'll end up listing my decks and everything. Awakening. So not guilt, regret, peace as a requirement, and awakening. Awakening being the realization that happens after your mind says, I have no idea who I am, I give up. The self begins to disappear and the world as you know it begins to fall apart and darkness comes, nothing in sight. So basically this person maybe needs to experience the darkness first for some of you before you see the light, before you see kind of how to recreate the who you are. So there could be some regret associated with this, but there's a need to come to peace and reflection and a reevaluation. Okay, so that's what's setting up our reading. Let's do a basic 9-card spread, and then we'll get into some twin flame messages. It's just the deck, and you may or may not be in a twin flame situation, but we'll take some reading from that. Cancer Leo, January 2021 and forward. Whenever you're watching this, even if it's not live, is perfect. You also could be mirroring, so know that the energies I read could also be your energies, however you resonate with that. Okay. A past indicator of this relationship that you're thinking about is the Magician. The current situation of the relationship that you're thinking about, interestingly, is the 6 of Cups. I'm already getting a vibe that there's a lot of attraction here. And I'm going to read the third one, what's on the person's mind. Okay, I got 2. What's on the person's mind for you is the 5 of Pentacles and Temperance. So this person, and we did have the card of regret. So one or both of you is definitely feeling some regret, maybe about somebody taking the stance of leaving somebody out, cutting off communication from somebody that's really important to you. Either you're really important to this person and they've recently been distant and are feeling regret, or you've made a decision around this person. It was really a big kind of charismatic attraction in the beginning. Maybe you had communication going, communication in common. And there was really a heartfelt, almost like a soul connection here with the Six of Cups. That for me is a kind of a soulmate-ish card that's even in the present energy. But what's conflicting is the way your person thinks about you is they're trying to get healing and balance from a situation where they may have felt left out in the cold or distanced from you. So either, I don't think they distanced themselves, but there's a distance created and they're trying to gain some balance from that. That's currently something on their mind. But they have a soft place. They have a soft place in their heart. I'm gonna get more into that. Let's see. The way that they think about you, Cancer, Leo, they see you. They see you as the Knight of Wands. So if you were somebody that came on the scene and left the scene, and then maybe weren't consistent, or maybe it was a kind of a passionate connection, but maybe they were excited by the inconsistency of it, the allure, but didn't see the maybe long-term staying power. I don't know if that identifies with any of you. It's definitely sitting under the Magician. So there was something charismatic, very connective chemistry related with the two of you. The person viewed you as a bit of the Knight of Wands. So they definitely saw you as the one who ignited the passion, who brought the inspiration, who brought the high energy. The way that they feel about you in their heart is the Two of Pentacles. So they have some other things they have to consider. They have some other things they have to weigh up. I don't know if it's a specific decision. But, in this deck, the Heaven and Earth, it talks about the Two of Pentacles being a harmonious change. So something is shifting in your heart, in the heart of your person. They're going through something. And I don't know, again, if it's trying to reconcile that feeling of passion, but feeling that they were left out, in some way. And now they're trying to get healing or balance. But they definitely are juggling something and trying to weigh up making a harmonious move in their life. How they see the two of you moving together is the Four of Wands. Really, the Four of Wands. That's really quite something. In the same reading as the Six of Cups. That's in this deck, it's the perfect work. So they see the two of you moving together, whether you're together right now or not, as having the potential for a lot of stability, a lot of foundational connection. And I think that one or both of you is tapping into the innocence that was and maybe still is in this relationship. I feel that energy, despite what you've been through, that there's still just this core of attraction and just a knowing. Like I feel like you would be the kind of people in each other's company where you would just feel at home. There's something, that makes you feel at home with this person and they feel that way with you. What you don't see, whether it's a positive or an obstacle, is the Seven of Wands. So that what you don't see, and I feel that it's very directly tied to this person feeling maybe distanced at some point from you, either by their choice or yours, and them trying to seek healing, is there's still some defensiveness. There's some residual, there's some defensiveness on their part. There's some push and pull, like yes and no, not 100% willingness. There's some caution and discretion on their part. Maybe even a defensive energy. So yeah, you don't fully see that. I don't know what they're showing you that you don't see that. Let me just get another card on that. Let me get another card on that. What's going on with this defensive energy with the Seven of Wands? Wow. So again, I feel this is very connected to your Six of Cups. they really do have this heartwarming, nice feeling about you. Like when they're in your presence, they're happy, they love it, they feel connected, they feel that innocent bond that you maybe have always had or that you have with this person. But there's something that they're holding back with the Seven of Wands, and I'm not sure it's clear what it is. One or both of you mirrors that oracle of regret and maybe a residual of resentment. I don't know. That's what I'm feeling. I don't know if that is resonating for any of you. Maybe a sense of resentment over something they felt burnt by. I'm not sure. I'm going to give one more question mark on that. One of you turned your back. They initiated a turning of the back, or you initiated a turning of the back. So I think that there's a muddled communication or a muddled understanding with the two of you where somebody might have turned their back and the other wasn't clear on why. So there's a residual defensiveness, a residual resentment, probably on the side of your person. I don't know. That's just what I'm feeling from some of these messages. What the advice is for you relative to your person, Cancer, Leo. This is Cancer, Leo. Welcome to those of you who are in the room. Oh, peace. The earth of peace. Power. It is power. I don't know why I said peace. I said peace because your oracles are talking about balance and introspection and reconnecting yourself and feeling more at peace. But the advice for you is the earth of power. So how do you take your power back? Because in the past, the relationship had this energy of power, magician, like it was like limitless power. Currently, there's still a soft spot for the connection with the two of you, but whatever's happening is sending you, Cancer, Leo, a bit off kilter. Somebody maybe has turned their back. Maybe there's a misunderstanding, but it's calling for you to ground yourself. And I think that this very apropos with the oracles that we pulled at first, with you gaining peace, you, trying to, connect yourself to the universe more, gaining that peace, getting that perspective, trying to relinquish yourself from having regret about anything that happened. The potential outcome, if you do these things and you kind of can nurture yourself a little bit through this, there's a lot of good potential here with the Six of Cups and the Four of Wands and the Sun. Potential outcome for you and the person you're thinking about is the High Priestess, which is really, again, a beautiful and a magnetically attractive card in terms of energy. I feel that it would be you getting to be reconnected to yourself first, following your gut and what you feel you're most attuned to do, but that ultimately it begins with something like this connective card, like the Magician. And I feel like the High Priestess would be first connection to yourself, but then if you're meant to connect with this other person, it would come from a deep level. It would come from a deep understanding and a really different kind of attraction, like a more highly evolved level of connection. So that's what I'm feeling. It's a bit of a ramble. Let's see if your person could say something right now, what it would be with the twin flame messages from Mystic Moon. Twin flame messages, Cancer, Leo. I wish I could take back the things I said. Wow, that's amazing. Because what did I say at the beginning? I said that you or this person, or both of you, has the energy of regret. And if they could say something to you, they would take back something they said. So something did go down. They or both of you have regret over it. It may have caused you to distance yourself from the person. They've been hurt by that. They're trying to find balance from that, but there's an undeniable connection. And there's potential, there's goodness here. There's definitely potential to gain balance, gain healing, and gain and maybe even a deeper connection. So that's cool. That's pretty amazing. So I hope that was helpful in some way. And let's move on to Leo-Virgo. I'm just really going on in this intuitively. I'm not watching my timing so well, so please forgive me. But I will end up, oh man, that was a problem. That's a problem. Okay, so we might be one less oracle on that front. Hang on, let me see. I can do it. I can do it. Oh God. Okay, I got it. So I don't have to give up this deck. All right. So here we go. Let's pull the oracles for Leo-Virgo. January 2021. This is a relationship reading. If you're just tuning in to yours, Leo-Virgo, I just want to thank you. I also want to restate that I'm focusing primarily on cusps for the time being, unless I do a pick a deck or something different. But I really just feel like people want to hear the cusp readings. I'm happy to do that. And I want to thank you for being here. And I thank you for being loyal cusp watchers and cusp audience and community. So what's going on for you? This is for Leo-Virgo. Some guidepost. Grief. I understand that losing something is an opportunity to appreciate it. So maybe this end of year, beginning of the new year has caused you to appreciate something you don't have or that has changed for you. But let's pick this up with some other ideas. Grief isn't always a bad thing. We've all lost a lot of things this past year. I mean, we've all had a lot of change. It's been a lot of loss. And sometimes we really need to just accept our, we have to accept our emotions. If you have the ability to accept your full range of emotions, you have the ability to create even those really wonderful emotions. When we wall up against loss and grief and kind of try to subjugate and push that down, what we know is we also end up pushing down all our other really good emotions. So you can't wall up selectively. If you're walling up too much, you're walling up even the good things. Go the distance is one of your other messages, Leo-Virgo. Give me a thumbs up if you can still hear me well. Can you still hear me well? Yes. I know you'll tell me if you can't. So going the distance, this is going to be about something that, are you committing to? Are you hanging in there for it? Do you have the endurance to keep investing in this thing, this relationship? Let's see, one other oracle and then we'll read. Thank you. One other oracle and then we'll read on the energy of your person. Leo-Virgo. What else do you need to know? Purification. Wow, interesting. You may be experiencing an increased sensitivity to your environment and your health is being affected. Begin a purification of your mind, body, and spirit by employing the 5 elements in terms of earth, eating good foods, air, consciously breathing, engaging in physical activity, drinking clear liquids, ether, devote time to meditate or pray. So it's tapping into all your senses to purify and kind of reboot. And I think that if you have something you're purging, grieving or a loss or kind of rebooting or restarting or getting through a transformational period, especially in those moments, the purification is going to be really important. So that's very aligned. Let's look at the relationship that you have on your mind, Cancer Leo. I'm sorry, Leo-Virgo. Maybe you have a Cancer Leo on your mind. Leo-Virgo. Let me give you a nice full shuffle here. Okay, Leo-Virgo, what is the recent past of this situation? The Chariot. So there was definitely some high energy in the past. There was some victory in the past. There was some movement. There could have been literal movement that one of you might have, moved locations, traveled away. I'm going to kind of see how this syncs up with some of your other cards, which element this is coming through for the most. The recent past. I feel like there definitely could have been an element of somebody trying to rein in their feelings with this particular energy from the Chariot. Somebody may be holding back. And now again, I have the Four of Wands as a more current energy for you, Leo Virgo. So I think both of you have maybe seeking an element of stability. Both of you want to, I don't think it's an unhealthy version of control, but there's definitely an element of control currently entering into this relationship setting, like the need for control, the desire for stability, the need for control and the desire for stability is kind of entering into, but it's got potential here. It just feels like it needs to steady itself out to me to succeed. But let's see what's on the mind of the person you're thinking about, Cancer, Leo. Yeah, your person wants to be stabilized as well. They're thinking about how to gain calm again. Definitely we know that about the Six of Wands. It's about regaining calm, moving into calmer waters. So this is definitely on the mind of your person. So you may be mirroring each other if you're both feeling that you need greater calm, greater steadiness, greater stability. I get the feeling that they are not, for whatever's going on in their life, they are not into drama right now of any sort. And I'm not implying that that's to do with you. I'm just saying that's just where they're at. How they see you is the beautiful Princess of Pentacles, which in most decks is the Page of Pentacles. So they see you being somewhat of value. They see you with something to offer. I don't know if you've recently made an offer to them, if you've reached out to them or tried to initiate something, Leo Virgo. They may also see you very focused on growth in your life, learning. Maybe there's something that you're learning and growing. And they're definitely aware that you've put some focus back to yourself, maybe for learning and growing. I sometimes feel like definitely like where it's pointing that it's somebody offering growth to the other person. In a love reading, sometimes the Page of Pentacles is like, here I am, what do you think of me? Here's my offer. I hope you're thinking of me in a valuable way, that kind of thing. So I'm not sure. I think you're going to know. They see you as having a lot going on. Ten of Wands. They see you as having a lot going on, that you've got either a lot to do. Can you still hear me? Thumbs up if you can hear me, please, because I don't know if this battery's okay. Please give me a thumbs up if you can still hear me. All right, so they see you as having a lot going on. They see you, maybe even for some of you, you're doing a lot of learning. Thank you. What they feel in their heart is the moon. Wow, why do they feel the moon for you? Could be a mystery to them. Could be they're wondering what's going on for you. If you haven't been in touch lately, they could be like, where's my Leo Virgo? I don't think they're not afraid of you. It's not fear. I think it's mystery, and I think it's almost mystery in a good way. But the moon is unpredictable energy. So there could be an element of when they think of you, they don't always know what to think. That is there's a mysterious component that could be attractive, but maybe in the past it also held a little bit of drama for them, that maybe the two of you together produce drama. So that is what I'm feeling about this. The way that they see you moving together, whether you literally are together or whether you're distanced from each other, the way they see you moving forward is the King of Pentacles. So they see you in a very practical sense, like they could materialize something with you. This is really an auspicious and good luck card for how they see the two of you together. I mean, even if you're not together right now, this is could be a partnership card for me, that they could see you making a life together. They could see one of you being the person to the other person. There's a real natural and maybe sensual connection with the two of you, but a real practical one too. And they actually see that you could make something of this. There's definitely some missing links with this moon card in terms of how they feel deep down. I'm going to take one quick clarifier on the moon. Okay, remember I said that they don't fear you? They do have a 9 of Swords when I clarify the moon on how they feel. So something did go down with you, Leo, Virgo, where it wasn't always smooth sailing. There could have been some drama, and they could be feeling a little bit like concerned that there's definitely some missing pieces, and they're a little bit gun shy at the same time. How I do see you moving forward is the King of Pentacles, so that's a good sign. What you don't see is the Hermit. So what you don't see is they're doing probably more introspection than you know. They're evolving or learning or growing or talking to somebody about you, or they're doing more introspection than you know. You don't see that. The advice is the Star. So that's beautiful. The advice would be you really, would do well to focus on your healing here, because that'll only do well for you, and it'll do well for anything to do with this person and this relationship. So as much as what's on their mind is the 6 of Swords and moving away into calmer waters, the advice for you is to heal and move into calmer waters. And the current energy was the 4 of Wands, which is gain some stabilization. And your oracle energy was purification. So focus on healing, purification. What do you need to do to reboot? It's like time to put some energy to you, I feel, Leo, Virgo. And then the potential outcome for this period, whenever you're watching this, probably for a few weeks out, is, wow, the King of Swords. So I just feel like that's good. That's being in control of yourself, not being taken off your mark by being overwhelmed by your emotions, gaining that stability, gaining that clarity, gaining that semblance of mind, working on what matters, focusing on what matters, cutting out the rest. We have a new moon period that we're in right now. So we have a new moon period, which is a lot about that. It's setting the intentions and kind of whittling away the rest so you can focus on what matters. So I think that's beautiful. Let's pull a couple twin flame messages. If this person could tell you something, what would they say to you? It's a lot of messages here about stabilizing out, rebooting yourself, and healing, but definitely steering clear, you too, of any over drama, over emotions, that kind of thing. Well, this makes sense. The person is reminded of you constantly. So in their heart, they might be obsessing. You might be dealing with someone who's obsessing about you. We have the moon and we have the 9 of Swords. With this message, I don't think you're doing anything purposely to create drama for this person. I think that whatever they're doing to themselves, and they may be trying to get a handle on that and gain some stability, not be taken off course. I think that what they would like to move forward with is something more grounded and not overly emotional. They don't want to feel obsessed about this. They don't want to feel compulsive about this. But they are reminded of you constantly. So if you're wondering if you're on the mind of this person, you are. Cancer, Leo. My gosh, Leo-Virgo. Leo-Virgo. So you're on the mind of this person. Focus on you and your own healing. And if you're feeling like you're at all having that compulsion or obsession with them, anything you can do to get back to yourself and do your own purification, like the card said, is going to help you, so that you don't have to come at it from a needy place or a codependent place if you're at all on that spectrum. Because if you handle that, that's the kind of energy you will attract. And the person, if they're ready for that healthy energy, that purified energy, can meet you there. And if they're not, then they may have to stay stuck. I hope that makes sense. So it never fails if you can work on yourself that way. Okay, so what I'm going to go to next, just almost there, is Virgo-Libra. See what's up for Virgo-Libra in a second. Virgo-Libra for the period of January 2021. Okay, let's pull the oracles first. What's going on for Virgo-Libra? Thank you for being here if you're just tuning in, and I will timestamp these. Virgo-Libra, I just want to say thank you for being here. Thank you for being a loyal channel watcher. If you're a returning person, and if you're new, welcome. I am going to try to do more focused cusp intentions here on this channel and not try to spread myself across straight signs. So I apologize if that's what you come for. I would say maybe you want to go to some other places for your straight signs. And if you're a cusper, you know, be here, but also know that when you come to a reading, you know how that goes. If you're drawn to a reading, it means that you're meant to see it. So if you're a straight sign and you're here anyway, and you say you're Virgo-Libra, and you're, say you're a Virgo and you're a straight up Virgo, but you're here because you just want to watch the Virgo-Libra reading, you know, you may need to see it. And if it resonates, it resonates. So let's not get hung up on that. Okay. Let's see. Surrender. I can release my need to control. Virgo-Libra for the January 2021 period, for the relationship that you're thinking about. Surrender is important. What else? Wisdom of the Oracle for Virgo-Libra. Hope you're all doing well. What a kickoff to the year. What a kickoff to the year. Virgo-Libra. Happy, happy. So double message to me with the happy, happy. It's obviously endorsing, you know, your right to be happy and that idea of focusing on things that make you happy. I think for me too, it's also a reminder that everything that appears to be all rosy and happy is not kind of glittery and gold. And I think that goes for if you're somebody who is checking in on other people or watching social media, and you're seeing people putting out their happy posts and situations, that just be aware that, you know, happiness is a deep, it's a journey, not a destination. And it's certainly not everything that meets the eye. That's kind of, you know, that's kind of how I feel about it with the happy, happy message. So there's a surrendering going on for you, Virgo-Libra, as it relates to this relationship. And you just got the same card as I just pulled for one of the other two, awakening. So the need to kind of sit with yourself, connect to the higher universe, surrender, let go, control, and really just kind of tune in. And that's really interesting because I'm a Virgo-Libra, and one of my watchwords for the new year is attunement. And it's all about taking my time in meditation and taking my time to stop and slow down and attune to myself first and to the universe, and then attend to align to my needs. So there's some element here for you Virgo Libras about if you're feeling lost or you're feeling like you need to kind of wrangle back control on something. It's more about getting, connected to yourself and tuning in and aligning with the universe that you can surrender and things will be fine. That sometimes they're actually better when you do. The past energy of you and this person is the Two of Swords. More current energy is the Knight of Wands. And what's on this person's mind is the Ace of Pentacles. Wow. So whether you think of it this way or not, and you're wondering if this person is thinking about you, I think they are. In the past, you might have had a stalemate. You might have been like a block in communication. You might have had a stalemate. You might have not been even speaking. Distant, kind of not even approaching it if there was conflicts involved. Probably not even like, this to me would be like you weren't really even, I don't know. I feel almost like one or both of you gave up. Like sometimes the Two of Swords is that energy of turning a blind eye and just going on and moving on anyway. Well, I feel like that it's an energy of distance and turning a blind eye to feelings. What I think is happening is a recognition of feelings or passion. And the current energy has a bit of somebody or both of you feeling that you want to connect again or connect, and somebody feeling that they want to reignite something. And what's on the mind of your person is the Ace of Pentacles. So they probably do have on their mind that they wouldn't mind starting something new, that there's some value here that is, just one of the most beautiful cards in the deck is the Ace of Pentacles when you think about relationships, because it's a really beautiful, energized, and yet practical and real opportunity to start something. So they have on their mind reigniting something. I think you already have, despite the fact that you haven't wanted to make a decision about it. And maybe they haven't wanted to acknowledge it or make a decision about it. It looks like the energy is shifting on that. The way they see you is maybe they're a little reticent because they see you as creating your distance and being defensive with, again, we have the Seven of Wands, resistance. Virgo Libra. They think you've distanced yourself. Maybe you've gone off Hermit and Seven of Wands. They feel that you've distanced yourself and that you've been evolving, growing, and that you've been spiritually developing, changing. And that you're on a path that you don't want to go backward on. That they see you as someone who's done some changing, growing, evolving, and maybe they definitely have the vibe that they may not be on your path anymore for some of you, and that you don't want to be pulled off your track, Virgo Libra. That could be also why they've kept a distance, because they know that when you two get back to what you were, it's not always it wasn't furthering your track, and you knew it. But they miss that, is what I'm feeling. And you do too. The way they're feeling in their heart is the Five of Swords. They felt some defeat. So they feel like a bit of an ego over this, like a bit of a win-lose. Like they're trying to stay ahead of the game and not feel bad about it. But something went down that felt like a bit of a battle between the two of you. So that could keep them a little gun-shy. And blocking boundaries, Four of Pentacles. The way they see the two of you moving forward, even if you're not together, is interesting. Justice. So there's something very karmic here. They see a need to balance that out. I mean, the past there was the blindfolded Two of Swords. The way they see you going together is, I think that they would be willing to not go backward and rehash. They don't want to rehash anything from the past. Even if they're feeling burnt or resentful, I think they're feeling like they would just want to even the scales, move forward, resolve any loose ends without, like, in a negative way, rehashing anything. And what you don't see is that's possible with the sun. You may be overanalyzing this to some degree, Virgo Libra, because in essence, it's very simple and innocent, that there's a lot of love here and support for this connection in some way, whether it's just convening again to have a nice meeting of the minds and wrap this version, or whether it's Ace of Pentacles finding a way to kind of do something, in the future. What you don't see is the sun. That's beautiful. That's really beautiful. Advice is the 9 of Pentacles. Advice is to really be aware of your abundance here and not feel that you need this. Don't feel that you need this, Virgo Libra, that you're just fine how you are and for who you are. This is a confident, abundant individual, and the advice is to take note of that, to be that, to embody that. And the potential outcome is to begin again. And the Fool surrenders based on your oracle. The Fool is connected to the universe because he just goes with the universal flow and doesn't try to force the issue. So the Fool is really good at dropping the baggage and surrendering. So that is the potential outcome for this period for you, is to detach from too much of the outcome here and be good with where you are and see the positivity. It's a karmic relationship for sure. But there's an opportunity to begin again. And on their mind is that Ace of Pentacles too. So that's interesting. Could be beginning again from where you're at. It could be with this person, some way playing a role, even if it's to tap the good parts of the two of you together and try to kind of get past the walls and all that stuff. If they could say something to you right now, it would be, seeing you reminds me of the things I know deep down, and that's not always easy to deal with. So if this person has been distant or not communicating, something about this deep connection has caused them to go learn, grow, go deep. And when they think of you or think about talking to you, it can trigger some of that. So for this person, it's not always easy. I think that in some ways, the person sees you as a bit more evolved than they are. So I guess they wonder sometimes if what they're bringing, if it's at the same level. That's what I'm feeling. So I'm just going to get one more card on this new beginning with the Fool. It's a new beginning to build. Maybe with this person, a whole new project, meaning a whole project of a relationship. In what new way could you actually build with this person? So there's potential for newness here. They'd have to get past their triggers. You'd have to be willing to surrender control and leave more up to the universe, is what I'm really feeling from this. I feel like there's nothing for you to do right now, Virgo Libra. So that's a very good reading. And I'm going to wrap this one up and see if I can pick up another reading very shortly on the next 3 signs. So thank you for being here, and we'll see you soon.